And we are live.
Ayo, it's time to go. Yeah, you know what it is.
Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Uh-oh.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Let's from the top. We are
Let's go.
live.
We're live.
Here we go.
Ayo, it's time to go. Yeah, you know what it is. Get into it. Don't act like you don't already know the name. Let's go. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? You heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? I said you heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? I said you heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. Now it's on. Now
Woo, woo, woo. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to What Happens When a Mother and Son Make Sense Out of Nonsense.
Plus more, plus so much more. And we talk about, if you're new to the show, we talk about spirituality, our relationship, our evolution, our transcendence, and all the things going on in this life that we have to deal with on a daily basis with a little bit of nonsense and falderall along the way, just to keep it fun.
Don't forget the balderdash.
Don't forget the balderdash.
Nonsense. Yes, I before we went live, I was telling my only son, my one and only son, that boy, Soarington is it's just been a upheaval type of morning with everything seeming to go wrong. I'm using air quotes, everything seeming to go wrong. And the problem with all that is being so at this level that I am. I cannot attach a story as to why I'm feeling a certain way. And it's horrible not to be able to attach a story.
It's horrible to be able to attach a story because it always points back to me. So the story is short, it's sweet, and it's not a very interesting one or dramatic one. There's something going on with me, the end.
And more importantly is the story is never true.
Yeah, well, that's what I think is so interesting when you said everything's going wrong and when I'm feeling a certain type of way, and it's just I can come up with a million stories and a million reasons and a million other things that have gotten me this way or that are keeping me this way, and yeah, it just gets noisy. It just gets wordy, noisy, a lot of talking in my mind. And even when your practice of sometimes not even naming the emotion, not even using words with that.
Not
'Cause I think
sometimes. I practice not labeling an emotion. I'm just feeling without, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling annoyed. I'm just feeling. I'm human and I'm human in this moment and I'm feeling, period.
wow, that doesn't sound like you'd be a very good interviewee, someone to interview.
I'm not.
It's short, sweet answers.
And before we go on, welcome everyone listening on Noom Vibe. You can also ask to join the stage if you like. We are also live on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Norrington. That's Rebecca Norrington, Norrington. And we have a couple of listeners now, but let's see if we can drive them away, Nathan. But before we do that, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And this show is also sponsored, my future sponsor, Voss Water. I'm holding it up, Voss Water, the better, wetter water. And also, I'm going to throw this in. I've been chewing on these. It's called Neurogum, Neuro gum, energy and focus. And I have to say that this gum when you pop it in your mouth, whoa, your whole mouth explodes. So I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's helping me with my energy, but it does make my mouth wake up.
You're such a natural. You're really good at this.
At what? Being an entertaining host
Yeah,
or
entertaining
being a
host.
mother?
No, well, not the mother part. I mean, you've really grown into that. But no, entertaining hosts, advertising, salesman. Wrapping it up, zip, 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 zip.
Yes. And would you like to start with the word of the day, my dear youngster?
Yes, it's a little bit of a downer, so I hope you have an upper word of the day. But my word is malaise. Malaise, Malaise. Malaise refers to a general feeling of discomfort, unease, or illness, often without a specific identifiable cause. What? It can describe both physical and emotional states, such as being tired, unwell, or mentally unsettled.
Yes, I feel like I'm malaising right now. If I can put ing at the end of malaise, I'm malaising. I'm feeling, yes, it's just, and of course, there's a lot of reasons, but I can't give a reason. The ego, I'm not going to listen to my ego giving me a story as to a reason. My word of the day, thank you for asking, is unconscionable. What? Unconscionable, spelled Unconscionable. And I'm using this word of the day is because I used it in an email I had to write this week. Your behavior is unconscionable. And so I said, "Oh, I did just popped right out of my right out of my rear end. It just popped right out of my ass. I haven't used this word in decades, but it just came right out, and it was very apropos. And unconscionable means, let's see, not right or reasonable, without a conscience, unscrupulous, so unfair and so unjust. Oh, let's see, what's that synonym?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Exorbitant, extravagant, outrageous. Yes, an unconscionable act.
Yes, that's a good word for you. I think you should include it in more of your emails, more of your complaining emails, and it's just another way of saying rude. It sounds very smart, very legal, and very fun to say.
Unconscionable. Well, not rude. It's really just saying that you are out of bounds, mother.
Yeah, well, I think it's a advanced way of saying rude, unconscionable. I love it.
Thank you. I love it too. And I love you. Some people have written in and say, "Do you really like him? Do you like each other? What's going on here?" It seems like it's always a back and forth. But no, we do love each other.
We do love each other very much, or we really wouldn't be able to do this. I mean, this show and this time of us talking like this is based on years of real love, of what is real love. How do we practice real love with each other? Because can we make fun of each other in real love? Yes. Can we spend time together and love each other? Can we not spend time together and love each other? And she's so nosy, I'm nosy, she's controlling, I'm controlling, and we've been in each other's business for so many years that I think we've really come around to real love, which is you do you the way you do it. I'm here to love you and, support you from the sidelines in whatever way you need, but I'm not here to change it or adjust it or mold it in a way that I would prefer.
It sounds like acceptance, and I don't know if you were
It's more like tolerance for me.
get it. Well, if you were watching on YouTube when he said, "I'm controlling," my mouth hung open for the whole duration of his diatribe.
Diatribe.
Yes. Like, what? No, that there we go with the projection. No, not controlling. However, we do have a unique relationship that has evolved, and the acceptance is key. I've got to accept that he doesn't call me, he doesn't text me, he doesn't care if I'm living or dying. I mean, I have some people that call their mother every day. I'm 69 years old, one foot in the grave, and this kid. No, I'm just joking. we are very open and practice not taking anything personally, because you've told me a lot, Nathan, that mom, if you don't hear from me, it's nothing to do with you, it's not personal, you're just going through all of your hurricane issue in trauma in your life that I can't help you with.
Well, you can't help me with it if you're the cause of it. It doesn't make sense. So, but no, I love that, not taking it personally. There's so many times, and I really want to praise our communication. I mean, this whole show is based on communication and speaking the truth and not having to explaining ourselves if we want to, keeping the stories out of it. I mean, so many of our Sorrington moments together were all wrapped up in stories. I was all caught up in whatever stories, whatever limited perspectives, and that's why looking back on it, they're funny now because it's all these fabricated moments that didn't have anything to do with what I thought they did, and I was so upset over them at the time.
And that's just growth and expansion and just a different level of consciousness, knowing that whatever, especially with you and I, whatever we've gone through, and we always say it in the middle of the storm, we're going to laugh at this someday, even if
Mhm.
it takes 25 years.
That's right. She usually says it first. And just one other quick quip about our history and not taking it personally was, I remember we were at Genoa and we were hanging out watching TV, and you weren't in a place to joke around, and we're always joking around, not always, but almost always. And you just said,
Let's clarify where Genoa is. Genoa, we name all of the houses that we live in, and this one house that we lived in was called Genoa.
that's right, because it was on Genoa Street.
Yes.
So, yeah, so she said something along the lines of, "Hey, I'm just not in the mood to joke around right now. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm enjoying your company. I just don't feel like joking around."
I don't believe I said I'm enjoying your company.
She didn't say that actually. I'm putting that in, trying to make it to be nice, but 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 yes, just to be really clear that nothing's going on other than that. There's no story, and it's not personal, because for me it's so easy to take things personally. Oh, she's not joking because she's mad at me. I mean, I'm already creating a story. So yeah, just years of practice of not taking things personally, even when even if the words coming out of our mouths are personal, it still isn't taking it personally. I mean,
Yes.
that's the real work.
Well, I would like to ask you right off the bat. This is nothing is scripted, nothing is planned. And I'm going to ask if we can have a segment called Ask Nathan.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Okay, so this is and it's not really, well, so we've been doing this show. This is our 58th episode. And I do my thing. I'm a happiness specialist in my public life. And in fact, the book that I just finished publishing, Program for Unhappiness, Exposing the Untold Truth, it's on Amazon. And in this book, I list 56 program behaviors that subtract from your happiness. And when I say happiness, I'm talking about an energy of contentment. So let's get that straight. But I'm going to ask you, Nathan, right off the bat, how about us being more focused on promoting, I'm using air quotes, this show as opposed to our singleness, and collaborating more and putting more focus, because I believe this is unique. This whole show is unique. And I just wrote a couple of notes. Beyonce was part of Destiny's Child before she went off into her own. And Diana Ross was working with the Supremes before she went on herself, by herself. And then Jackson 5, Michael Jackson. So can we start off as a group, and then not that you don't go off and do your own thing, but I would really like to start focusing more on this show. What do you think?
Yeah, it certainly makes sense. Wow, it's really humbling. I mean, my star-studded group is me and my mother. I get no, there's something heartwarming about that, but I totally agree. I do think there's really great power in collaboration and coming out as a team, as a group, and then branching off from there. So, yeah, I'm down. I think with the 58th show, for me, it's just been practicing, doing this show, getting a vibe, feeling comfortable, feeling confident in the show, which is one of my topics, which is selling stuff, being a salesman. What does it mean to be a good salesman? Because we talked a little bit this week about a quote unquote salesman. So that's one of my topics, actually.
Salesman, and what are you selling?
Exactly. Well, in our case, we would be selling this show.
Hmm. I'm not feeling that selling thing. Did Jesus sell anything?
Or
Um,
did
did-
he or
was-
did he just draw people in?
yes, yes. I'm not feeling the selling, and I've just never felt that. And Buddha, Confucius, do they sell?
Mm.
No, I'm not into selling. However, I am into focusing, sharing the show because I noticed that you don't share it on your sites, but my sites I share it. Sharing the show just with more people, but not really selling. How do you vibe with that selling?
No, I don't. That's why I wanted to bring it up as a topic because there's something kind of gross to me about selling and being a salesman and no, I don't advertise it. I mean, I really listen, this is one of the more intimate special things that I do. This is with you and our relationship. It goes very, very deep for me, and there is a lot of joy and growth, and there is trauma, and there is
What?
trauma and drama.
Trauma?
Well, that's with any relationship. I'm just saying, I mean, this is going from day one to me, my early childhood and all of we've had so many experiences and memories and moments together along the way. Hello?
Oh, I actually kind of dozed off a little bit. Keep going. No wonder you're traumatized.
Exactly. So, to just up and promote this and share this right away, I want to feel very, very, very secure in myself before I go spreading this show around. And I am starting to feel really good about it. And I can just continue to practice and feel even better about it.
Okay, well, you have until next week to get with the program. Let's go. I'm
And
six.
this is why the show didn't pop off years ago because we needed to wait. It needed to gestate. This wham bam. We got to do it now. Urgency that she has. Could have driven us into the ground.
The operative words could have.
Could have.
By the way, if you're listening on Noom Vibe, you're welcome to join the stage. And also, we are live on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Norrington, and we've been getting a lot of applause and a lot of hearts. And thank you for that audience that I don't have an idea, a clue of who's doing it, but a lot of thumbs up and yay. And and I love our theme song. The theme song always gets thumbs up. Okay, well, that was good. And no answer right now is needed. No answer, but just to digest it. And that's one of the things that both of us do is when we share something or ask or even have a topic that just digest it. There's no gotta have a deadline. Yeah, and no, we don't do that. In the selling thing, uh, 5 thumbs down.
Well, the seed has been planted. Yes, digest, feel it out, and that's part of what we do too. Stay really flexible, see which way feels right. But I did want to, yeah, the selling. I like your word sharing, and I also just want to make it clear that I do think there is really great power in collaborating because on my own, I don't, I don't think I could do what I do. But with you, with someone else, with someone doing, advertising, ads, the technical things, lighting, just collaborating. I think all great artists and creators and speakers collaborate.
Mm.
singers. So, and the only thing I have to say about selling anything or sharing anything and the way I want to roll with it is,
Hold on, Nathan. Hold
oh,
on. Okay. Yeah, Leo was calling me. And of course, when I get a phone call, then when I'm on this phone on Noon Vibe, it does an automatic mute. But okay.
you gotta do not disturb on the phone.
Oh, is that how to do it?
Yeah, so you can't get any calls because I do that when I teach classes. I use my phone for music, and I get interrupted all the time if I don't put do not disturb.
Oh, okay. So I learned something. I'll do that next time. Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but yeah. And I'm glad I was looking down because it just goes into mute. Okay. All right. So let's see what else. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, the only, I'll just wrap it up by saying when if I am promoting or sharing anything, I think I feel the most peace if it's something that I really believe in. It's and I'm not trying to get anything out of it. Trying to get money, trying to get, a good image or anything. It's just something that I'm doing that I really my heart is invested. That's when it's easy for me to promote something or share something.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. And what Moji, one of my favorite spiritual teachers now, you can find him on YouTube, Mooji. What Moji says, he doesn't even use sharing. He just says, I'm pointing. I'm
Oh,
pointing to different perspective, or I'm pointing to another way of thinking. I'm pointing.
yeah, point. So we can point to this show. We'll find different ways to point to it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I have another topic, and the topic is complaining. And I one of the things that I practice is knowing my audience, meaning if it's a neighbor across the street, neighbor next door, students in a class, is knowing an audience, or getting a sense of who when I say who these people are, is just a little bit of a background. It's easy to navigate when I have an idea of what is important to another person. Not to say that what they think really matters, but it's easier for me to navigate. So I think that there, in one of the 56 behaviors that subtract from happiness, of course, is complaining. But I think that complainers, no judgment, just describing, I think that complainers will always find something to complain about, regardless of if it's a peaceful day. And and getting off of other people. But I think complaining is a form of conversation.
I totally agree. Well, as an ex-complainer, what do you have to say about it?
You're an ex-complainer?
No, you are.
Well, I did I ever I mean,
Oh,
I did
that's right.
a
Oh,
lot of I did
no.
a lot of things, but really complaining?
Well, I first of all to go back. I mean, that was a joke. Maybe it's a bad joke, but to
Not
go
maybe, it was a horrible joke, but keep going.
as a dud, as we say in this family, as a dud. But to go back to what you were saying, I do think complaining is a topic of conversation, and I find myself doing that. It feels like an old habit. I don't like when I do that. I mean, maybe a little bit of it, but I notice it pretty quickly, and I don't really want to get sucked into that. I complain, and then you complain. I complain, and you complain, and especially if it's a national thing or worldwide thing and everyone's doing it as a topic of conversation, I really don't want to get swept up in that. And I do sometimes I'll hear it and I wonder if I should participate just to go along with the flow, but I really don't want to. And complaining to me is just it's just looking at what's wrong, looking at what I don't like.
Again, looking at what my ego thinks is wrong, looking at what my ego is
Mm,
resisting, looking at and when I say my ego, let me say the ego is always going to find something is that needs to be changed or needs to be different than the present moment. And so I'm very conscious of but Rebecca, so that's why I separate Rebecca, because Rebecca will find something wrong with with a lot of things. For instance, just now the MacBook. Well, my larger computer isn't getting any sound, and then this MacBook, believe it or not, is losing power. And I first thought it was the power cores, and then I thought it was the brick, and now I'm thinking it is the MacBook itself. I mean, there's always something to get. Can everything just run smoothly? And apparently, the universe wants to experience things up and down and up and down. And how am I able to just ride the wave of ups and downs and still feel and scratch that, still have that energy and vibration of peace and contentment?
Yeah, I think for me, it's there is I don't know, there is a likeness to that chaos or that drama in me, and the serenity, the peace, the happiness that you're talking about in your book, that's underneath all of those waves. It's yeah, I sometimes I just don't want to sit in that. It's a habit. It really is a program to sit in that chaos, and I can just keep feeding that complaining thing over and over and over again.
And that's one of the things that Moji was saying this week. I was listening to one of his talks, and he says that the thoughts and the stories will audition for your attention. They will scream so loud and focus and attempt to focus Rebecca on it is constant, incessant focus on a story and what's wrong, as opposed to, can I witness and get out of that, transcend that, Rebecca, and really observe and watch, as opposed to be in it.
Hmm. I want to name something that's just coming to me. I don't know if anyone that's listening can relate to this. When we're talking about transcending into peace and spirituality and contentment and happiness, there is a story in my head, or a belief that says that it's going to be boring. That's going to be so boring to be peaceful, there's not like, what's life then? What's life if I'm always looking for the light? And I remember thinking, this was years ago with you and me, probably at least 15 years ago, saying something to you that if I'm spiritual, if we're going for peace, how am I ever going to be an actor? Because an actor needs to feel this emotion and that emotion and different expressions. And you told me really briefly, you actually showed me, but that you can still act, you can still do everything you want to do being spiritual. It's not taking away anything. And that's a really big deal for me, because I think, oh, I'm going to be this phony, floating on a cloud, happy all the time, boring person with a boring life. And it's really, really not true. It's not boring at all. The peace is exciting. There is an excitement to the peace, and it still comes with a myriad of emotions, no matter how I work with it.
And the boring, listen, the boring, and I really love that, Nathan, because I do remember you saying that. And I just encourage anyone, scratch that, I don't encourage anyone, but there is no boredom in transcending, and it's living consciously in every moment. Oh Lord, it is. I remember thinking, God, this is exhausting. Well, now it's not exhausting, it's just a way of life. But there is always something to do. There's always something to transcend. There's always some kind of, the smallest little experience can take Rebecca into a different state. So it is not boring, but I get it. And this whole thing, just circling all the way back to the boring, that was when you were addicted to drama. Remember when you were addicted to drama?
I do. Like it was yesterday. Literally.
And so I used to be addicted to drama too, not feeling comfortable or at ease when everything was calm and peaceful. Well, and I had to stir something up, something to, and this is for Rebecca to make her feel alive. And yeah, this is life. Ah, jump off a building, bungee jump. What did you jump? And this one, my only one, jumped out of an airplane. Well, didn't tell me either. That was my Mother's Day gift about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. Hey, Mom, look at this video. And he's jumping out of an airplane. But lucky for me and him that I don't worry about any of that. I do trust that your journey is going to be perfect for you. But I got off my point. And my point is that this addiction to drama is real.
Absolutely. It's very real. I think it's rampant. And I still see remnants of that in my life, and drama. That even in ways when I clean the apartment, sometimes once it's clean, there is
The
that
the what?
the apartment, the
The
apartment.
apartment, darling. The apartment.
They clean the apartment. Yeah, there's this sense of, oh wow, okay, well, there's nothing to do. It's a little bit of a, it's kind of a, yeah, dud kind of feeling. There's the drama in having a little mess over here that I look at every day. Oh, I've got to clean that. I've got to do that. I got to do that. I have this big list of things on my big list of things to do. Well, once I do everything, the dramas, there's no more drama. And there's a withdrawal from that. I can feel it.
And I'm going to say that there is some drama in not making a phone call or not tying up, not
Mm-hmm.
not communicating or waiting. In fact, your mother was guilty of this. So one of my grandfathered in friends is coming to visit in a couple of days. And this is just so, oh, I'm so, if I got embarrassed, I would be embarrassed over this. And the only reason why people get embarrassed, you know that, Nathan. Why do people get embarrassed? There's only one reason.
You've said it before. I'm sure it's in the book.
It is in the book, but you don't remember?
Oh, because they care about what other people think,
That's right. The only reason why people get embarrassed is because they care.
according to you.
That's true. Very true. And come up with another reason. They're programmed, two reasons. They're programmed and they care what other people think. Now I forgot my point. Oh, my point was, so Rebecca went into some old fashioned uh, game, these program relationships where someone texts and Rebecca purposely doesn't text back right away. Now it's different if it's a strategic, but well, I'm not going to text back right away purposely. Oh God, I can't even believe of course I'm saying it. And there's a certain waiting time. That's all drama.
That's such a good one. Listen, I'm guilty of that too. And wait, you called me on this many times growing up. It was really annoying, but it was true. I didn't really know how to break out of it, but waiting till the last minute to give information, waiting till the last minute to tell you I'm traveling, or to whatever it is, that's all drama too, or at least partly drama. And yeah, wait, strategically texting, waiting. Well, I'm gonna wait so they think I didn't look, or I'm too busy, it's all drama. And it's really a constant check of, like we talk about, what is my agenda in this? Is there an agenda or not? And it's all humbling. It's all so humbling, moment to moment, calling myself out for having an agenda and calling myself out for drama, and it's starting with me. And yeah, well, this spiritual quest is such a nightmare. But I want to go back to I want to go all the way back to just briefly the complaining, because we talked about you doing stand up, and there is something fun and funny about the pet peeves, the complaining. I mean, if we can turn it into humor, I'm all the way into that. But I think that complaining takes on a whole new energy. I don't think it's real complaining, or I don't even know how to describe it, but I just like that aspect of it, of making light of it.
I love that. And that is on a totally different take. When we talk about when you go back and forth with somebody, if I keep it light and it's not so I don't have the seriousness attached to it, I can make anything funny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's being creative. And yes, complaining on stage, that's that's funny.
That's a
Yeah,
hell of a time.
a hell of a time, a hell of a jolly time. Oh, yeah, complaining on stage. Oh, yes, come on. I'm talking about in the real life, but let's put all of this like we're doing now. You complain about me, I semi complain about you, and let's keep the complaining going on a light tip, not serious, not personal. That's
Yes.
what's fun.
Well, since you opened the door, I will have a light complaining about you. But you had such a good idea for a segment to the show, Ask Nathan, but it felt more like interrogating Nathan. I thought we were going to ask Nathan a question, ask Nathan a spiritual something, or a caller came in with a question for Nathan, but I just got interrogated about promoting this show.
And that's right, and that's what you get.
Interrogate Nathan.
And that's what you get for having expectations, which is
You're
another,
not wrong. I
which
did have expectations. I said, ask Nathan. Oh, that sounds like such a lovely segment. Boy, was I wrong about that.
again.
I was wrong again.
Well, and see, and that is one of the other 56 programs is having expectations. So no, it wasn't a spiritual question. It was about promoting more of the show on your Facebook page.
Wow. Well, the segment should have just been promote more of the show on your Facebook page segment.
That's really
That's
funny.
really. So, this is so. I love we're sprinkling in some nonsense. So, ding. Going back to, I want to say why, and your behavior really has been unconscionable through most of this show, by the way. But
Thank you.
thank you. But going back to why I picked the word of the day is I wanted to find another word other than discomfort. It just because we use discomfort in a spiritual context and feeling discomfort. Well, is there such thing as discomfort? And I just wanted to find a synonym for that, and malaise is just another way of saying it. And my topic is healthy discomfort. When is discomfort? Well, what do you think about discomfort? I think there's a such thing as healthy and unhealthy discomfort.
Well, both of those are judgments, healthy, unhealthy, discomfort. Discomfort is also a learned program when we mean discomfort. So I have a question. Is the caterpillar turning into a butterfly? Is it discomfort? Is the snake shedding its skin discomfort? So I would say in my genius answer, no, no, I that was a joke. I would say that can I even switch that word discomfort, comfort, discomfort, because the ego will say, oh, this is uncomfortable. But is it really uncomfortable? Is it uncomfortable turning into a butterfly?
Well, I think the example I have that might help,
Uh,
which I
oh,
really.
hold on a
Oh,
second. Keep going. I got to get the door. Keep going.
all right. Well, first of all, I think that is a good question. Is it just a label, or is it really true? And I think there is truth in the word discomfort. I don't think that has a story. And the example that I was going to give to her, where she left for a little bit, is being in a sauna, being in, she does the sauna now, and I do the sauna too. And there is a discomfort in sitting in that heat. But it has health benefits. And so when is it clear for me when I need to exit this discomfort or sit in the discomfort and stay in the discomfort? I mean, even doing this show and speaking and thinking about, collaborating with her in real time online, and not having a script, and going off of just going off of my instincts in the moment, there is discomfort in that for me. But I think I think there's some benefits in staying in it and staying with it, and not just saying, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable. There's some I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna stop talking, or I'm gonna leave the show." So anyway, I'm talking. I don't know if you heard any of that, but my point is, when do we stay in discomfort? We're just this discomfort, but it's good. There is some benefit for this for me, like we talk about the spiritual journey, or I use the example of the sauna when you were away, or this whatever this feeling is. This is a sign for me to leave and to exit the situation.
Yes, yeah. And so let me just say that discomfort. One of the things that I practicing is whatever I'm feeling. Number one, the first practice is acceptance of it. And then the second thing is to just flow with it, accept it, flow with it, ride with it without a story. This is because the more I get it, discomfort. And I guess if my right arm was tied behind my back and somebody had my lip and was pulling it up, physical discomfort, I totally understand. However, is it physical discomfort or mental discomfort?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I don't know. Yeah, exactly. And does it
Mhm.
make a difference? Because if someone's pulling my arm, it's better for me if they stop pulling my arm. If I am, yeah. Anyway, it's a good topic. That's the reason I turned to Malaise, because I do think there's something in this spiritual work. There's something in your book and these practices that is, there's a challenge to it. There is a discomfort to it, but look what it leads to.
Ah, yes. Okay. So now I see what you're saying now. Yes. And that's what I'm looking for my notes. Hold on a second. Notes. Because Moji even said something this week. Uh, hold on. No. Oh, of course I can't find it now. Mm, now I darn it. Uh Anyway, yeah, I can't. Of course, I can't find it. Well, hold on. Oh. No, it's not waiting. Perhaps these things. Oh, he was just talking about. No, he's actually talking about tragedies, not discomfort.
Oh, okay.
Another topic. Another topic. But one of the things I wanted to ask you to kind of to wrap it up, though, Nathan's kind of a fun thing. You said that when we spoke over the during the week, you said you were going to Trader Joe's, and sometimes when Nathan was living in New York, he would take me into Trader Joe's with him. We would go shopping together. I mean, I was on the phone and then we would chat. And what you said was, "No, no, Mom, I'm not taking you in the store with me today." You said going to Trader Joe's is a job. It's a
Hmm.
job today. And what is that?
Yeah, I know, because I thought about it after we got off the phone, and I was all zipped up, and I was all energized after that, because I got off the phone and I really felt like this is my job. This is work. This isn't a leisurely activity. This isn't something I want to sink into and hang out. Hanging out with you, watching Shark Tank, taking a walk, hanging out is fun. I don't have a time limit on it. I don't have any, yeah, boundaries on it. But Trader Joe's isn't fun. I know I could make it fun and playful, but that is an in and out. And let's focus and get this done and get it done efficiently, quickly. And listen, I don't want to be mad doing it, but I absolutely want to be efficient and get in and out and get home.
More
And I
ex.
don't and I don't want to be distracted by anything.
Gee whiz.
I know it sounds
Lord.
serious.
It
I
sounds serious. It doesn't sound like fun. I mean, listen, if you ask me, I'd say make everything fun.
No, I don't agree. I think some things are tasks and some things are, listen, if you're doing a surgery on me, doctor, please don't have fun doing a surgery on me. Be focused. Don't be distracted. Don't be on the phone. Don't be giggling during your surgery on me. Let's go. That's how I feel about Trader Joe's, and I was really energized after I said that to you, and I walked in there like I have a job to do, and it was very exciting.
Oh God. Somebody help him. Yeah, it's funny how we've talked, and there's certain stores that you dread going to, like one of your Achilles heel is Costco, and you
Well,
go into.
Costco, that's right. Well, I don't dread it. I don't dread Trader Joe's, and Costco's the same way. I just have a different perspective around it when I go in that I think brings me the most peace. At least today it does.
Okay, well that
But
makes sense to you.
yes, and this is a good topic we can piggyback off of next week because this joking all the time, joking, laughing, clowning around is really a detriment and to me and our society. So we need to talk about that next week.
What are you talking? That clowning around detriment fun? What?
I mean, listen, do you want a clown flying, your aircraft? Do you want a clown picking up the trash every week? Like, it's a good topic because humor and comedy and keeping it light is so healthy and important and calming and easing. And when is it time, to put the jokes down?
I say 5 letters. Never.
Well, I would love to hear from all y'all that are listening and not listening next week because I think that's a really good topic.
I agree. Hold on a second. Let me just check this. Chats. I am. Oh my gosh. Oh, Peter Carrington. You Judas, you traitor.
He turned on you. Now he's on my team.
Yes, he says, I am in Camp Nate on the Trader Joe's. Oh, oh.
I feel redeemed. I feel redeemed. Well, Peter supports us both, but I did feel like he was team mom last week, but now he's team me.
Oh,
He
well,
gets it. He gets it.
yes. Well, what usually happens is they gravitate towards you because you're the nice one. But you know what? After a year or 2 or 5 years, they all come back to me. So I have patience, even though not long. I got 1 foot, where 69 anyway. Ah, what a great show, Nathan.
Great show. Good job. And there's tons of things to chat about, and we'll catch you next week.
Next week, have a conscious week, and it's time to go.
It's time to go.
Ayo, it's time to go. Yeah. You know what it is. Get into it. Don't act like you don't already know the name. Let's go. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? You heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? I said you heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. What? I said you heard me. Mother and son making sense out of nonsense. Plus more. Now it's on. Now let's listen.